Right, so I've already posted one, so I thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna make two videos today because I want to, and I'm gonna do it, mate. It's my fucking channel, you know what I mean? So I thought I'd discuss Kier Starmer because obviously I'm British, can't just be waffling about the fucking American election. Now, so far, how well is he doing? Pretty decent, pretty decent. I think it would definitely been a very difficult situation to handle all the far right dogs protesting. That's a no brainer with a Rainer reference, but um, yeah. So fuck right. So I wanted to talk about the policy that they are considering of closing down pubs early. And it's to stop unhealthy alcohol usage, which to an extent I agree with. However, however, first of all, mate, fuck off. I should be able to choose when and where I drink. You know, fuck off, Keir Starmer. Basically, leave me alone. Like, Brev. The problem is not that at all. It's clubs being open. You don't get fucking hammered. You don't get hammered at the pub. Like, you can't get hammered at the pub. Like, maybe if you're a fucking, you can't handle your drink, you'll get hammered at the pub. But realistically, like, you're not doing shots, or most people don't do shots at a pub because why would you? You just sat there drinking beer, mate. If anything, not if anything, it's just true, mate. Like, more rad shit goes on in the clubs. Like, where I'm from, Halifax, bro. There's there's been like stabbings and stuff in the clubs. I don't remember seeing anything about a stabbing happening in a pub because that's like I just think clubs are the worst thing, and I don't think they should be banned either, to be honest. Like, or reduced times or whatever. I think people should have control of their own lives. But I think there are a lot more issues that need to be focused on than stupid posturing bullshit like that. It's not a good policy. It's just not. And anyone who argues that it is isn't really thinking it through. I mean, first of all, this idiot put the fucking Bible. So there was the housing thing. I can't remember the actual name of it, but just let me land. Yeah, um, the pubs were also extended into that. So if a pub was closing down, you could buy the pub using some government funding. Now, I've spoken to pub owners about this, and it's fucking bollocks, mate. It is bollocks. Like, so the main problem that pubs have is the high tax on alcohol. They barely make any. It's so the profit margins are this thin. You can't just fix everything by going, oh well, we'll open more of them. No, you need to fix the actual problem that these places face, and doing shit like that after you've already put it in your manifesto as like, because you wanted to be seen as a man of the people. You're not a man of the people. You're a Tory in a red tie. He is a Tory in a red tie. I do not trust Keir Starmer. That's why I didn't vote for him, and I never will vote for him. Um, I want. I believe that Jeremy Corbyn would have been the best prime minister this country could have had, and I know he was not politically intelligent. Like, for example, there's this thing that my mate Jamie always brings up where he didn't sing the national anthem, and there was a media storm about it. It's like, bro, just sing the fucking national anthem, mate. You're trying to be prime minister, literally trying to be prime minister. I know. I don't care what it represents, fam. I don't care what you think it represents. This is Britain, fam. Like, you can't. Well, it's the United Kingdom, fam. Like, you 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 can't be the prime minister if you're just going to disrespect the culture. It's not going to happen. And I understand why he was not singing it. Like, for example, I think one of the best things that he did was he was communicating with Palestinian leaders. Now, he was cooked for saying, oh, you're communicating with terrorists, but at the end of the day, how are you ever going to sort anything out if you don't communicate with them? They have their own agenda, whether you like it or not. If you do not communicate with them, nothing will ever get sorted out, and there will continually be terror attacks across the world. There seems to be a movement of like people who just think, oh yeah, we can sort it out by going and doing military intervention. No, when America has intervened in other countries trying to be the leader of the free world, that's when the biggest problems have happened. It's just factually true. It causes more issues going in and trying to sort out these countries yourself than if you just left it alone. The realistically, you're going if people see the American flag going around, blowing up their houses, blowing up their mates' houses. For example, one person who is not cooked at all for his political history is Obama. Obama, mate, he's fucked. He's got one of the worst records on humanitarian, and literally got the World Peace Prize. 1,500 drone strikes during his presidency. Does that sound like the leader of the free world, leader of peace, someone who should get the Nobel Prize? Because to me, it doesn't. To me, I think of the 1,500 attacks, and you think that's not even attacking a single person. You're targeting maybe a single person, but there's casualties. There's an overall damage to the community. Long term, it scars people mentally. It will, it damages the fucking what's it called, the roads and shit. I can't remember the actual word for it, but it's like the roads, the hospitals and shit. Long term, you leave a bigger hole than you've left. And even if, for example, Lockheed Martin were given a contract to go fix the places that they've blown up, you don't think that's, you do you understand the military industrial complex? It does exist. The donor there's the one of the there's a reason why the Washington is one of the richest states. It doesn't really do much apart from politics. It's where all the donors go, because that's how America is really run. It's not especially the political system, it's not based on the people, what the people want. It's based on the money. And if you follow the money, you will understand exactly where. If you follow the money, you can begin to understand where where the influence is coming from, what people are trying to push. Now, there are a lot of movements that are promoted by the media that are perfectly fine. However, there is a want to divide and conquer. It is way easier to control people if you divide them. It's Sun Tzu, the Art of War, fam. It's the first. It's not the first thing in there, but it's like, you know what I mean. Like, Brev, actually lock in, bro, because everyone in the world needs to lock in and tell these politicians to fuck off. We're not dealing with it anymore. We need some kind of, like how the French Revolution, they cut all the people's heads off. And I'm not saying go and cut Kier Starmer's head off. What I'm saying is cut the money off, because it needs to be cut off. It should be illegal to have donors for your campaign. We live in the modern day. You can edit a video and post it on fucking TikTok yourself, mate. You do not need the political. You do not need massive amounts of money from banking and all that shit. And you'll notice how people like David Cameron, who installed austerity on the UK, when when he's finished his job, where does it go? He goes and gives speeches at banks, and do you know how much they pay him? Hundreds of thousands per speech. You don't think that's a little bit sus? Hmm?